What I'm seeking to do is to educate the ethnic diaspora who have settled in the UK, in different countries, on financial matters. I shall be doing quite a lot of series. Today I'm just going to be talking about the issue on pension versus property. The other day I was just chatting with one of my friends who is into property. He's doing very well in property, and for some reason he's not putting any money on pensions. He doesn't believe in pension. He says, I don't touch pension. He doesn't feel pension. He doesn't see it. The money is being managed by somebody else. And it set my mind thinking, this debate, pension versus property investment, and looking at things, looking at various options. Statistics show that 49% they don't believe in property. They don't believe in pension, rather, sorry. They believe in property. This is more pronounced among the self-employed. They work so hard, they make so money, and they don't make any pension saving for one reason or another. The statistics are even more worrying if you look at the ethnic diaspora population. They don't even have any pension savings at all. And they give quite various reasons why they are not saving for pension. And they also have this mistrust of banks' investment. And I've met lots of my clients in the financial services who are sitting on 40,000, 50,000 in their current account. And they go on for years and years having that money sitting in that account. They open their account and they look at it, they're happy. Little they do not realize that money is losing value. And some they say, look, this business will grow and it will look after me when I'm now retired. Is it? And other reason which people say, look, I put my pension in the property. I'm substituting pension for property. Is it wise? If my friend chooses to invest his retirement funds in property rather than traditional pension fund, he has significantly more room to maneuver his investments. If ever he wants to sell the property, it is a physical asset and is capable of doing so. Whether he decides to use his funds earlier than planned or is ready to invest them in another market, selling property is much easier than cashing out the pension fund early. I also admit property margins could be massive. By purchasing a property in a buyer's market and sell for a significant more in a seller's market, often making much more on one's investment than one would have made had he put the same funds in the traditional pension fund. Let me say one thing. Many people exaggerate how good return investment in property is, and they kind of overlook many elements involved with property investment. They overlook the legal costs that are involved, the stamp duty, the survey fees. They also ignore the void time when their properties are not, they're running empty, they don't have anyone in the house. They don't look at those things. Insurance cost. There's also quite a lot of regulatory costs that are involved in property investment. The costs are a reality that you incur in the property. The other thing now that is also involved in property is the issue about income tax. That's a reality. The rent that you're going to be getting from your property, you pay income tax. You can't run away from the fact. The property also gains value. You pay property capital gains tax, say 10, 18% after the allowance. So all those costs are a reality. The property, you don't have that much flexibility in it. You're talking about you can't move in when you want to move out. It's an investment that gets locked in and you just can't move in and out. You're talking about change. You can't just change. And the other thing is that you lock in your liquid, you lock in your money in there, and you can't just change and turn it into liquid. Another thing also about property compared to pension, properties is not diversified. It's you're locked into one sector, you're locked into one form of investment, which is property. Whereas a pension investment can also include property, can include shares, can include government bonds, commodities. It can have lots of facets to it. And with the case of a pension, it's locked in there, it's a property, and properties at one time, they're doing well. Let's also talk about property, the hassle of managing a property, the complexity of doing it. It's quite complex. I want to hasten to point out that pensions, have their own disadvantages. The most noticeable disadvantage of a pension fund is the lack of some degree of flexibility when to access your money. In most cases, you won't be permitted to withdraw funds from a pension until a certain age. Even then, there may be some tax implications to that. Additionally, the performance of pension funds depends entirely on the investment of your assets. If you invest poorly or in too conservative way, your funds may not grow much, if at all. This means that your pension fund is essentially a glorified savings account with employer contribution and better than average interest. So pensions have their own disadvantages. I shall be going into, in the future, I shall be presenting more articles in terms of case studies of someone who's investing in property and someone who's investing in pension, and look how they've done over the years. I'll do case studies of some of my clients, and I'm quite convinced that if you look at the figures correctly, you will notice that the one who has done his pension investment will do very well. I'm not saying you go away completely from property. Surely there's a room for property, but I'm just saying it should be a complementary to your pension investment. Thank you very much. Let's chat again next time.